as well.
Very handy.
I'd like to leave the floor open just in case you have something you want to tell us.
I don't right now, no news on the injury front. Langford come around, he's thrown to the bases today. He's all set to DH here soon.
Is he gonna swing today?
Oh yeah.
Off live pitching somewhere?
We're gonna take some swings in the cage and see where he's at, but yeah, that's kind of the plan.
Or is Friday out
No, you're talking about the weather?
for him to play?
For him to play in the field, yeah.
He might DH Friday?
Yeah.
And what about Jacob?
Jacob, he's scheduled to go still on Friday. Our reports are the rain should be done by 1 o'clock. Field should be in good shape. Be a little chilly, but not bad. I think in the mid-50s, somewhere in there. So right now he's good to go.
We're basically, I think tomorrow will be 2 weeks into games, right? Is this the kind of the point in time in camp where you can dream on guys a little bit?
Dream as far as making the club or where they're going to play?
Be more
the club
tantalized by guys. It's not quite, you're like some of your kids are pitching against kids and they're having great numbers.
Yeah. I guess to your point, yeah, I think this is when you get to appreciate some guys that you don't know and how good they are. And I'll just be specific there with a couple guys like Osuna. I mean, the type of baseball that he's played, and of course the young arms. And it's early in camp, and we've never made any decision on March 5th, whatever, 6th. But you look at Teodo or Church, and we have some good internal pitching that excites you. To go along with the rockers we talk about a lot, and the lighters, those guys. But it's still important. I think that we give these next 2 weeks. Give these guys time, some of them, to see how they will play against, some veteran type, whether they're facing their pitching or our pitching, or young guys face their best hitters, things like that. And so, this evaluation is really where it gets, I think, at its heaviest when it starts right now. The early part, and they're trying to get settled in and trying to get their swing or trying to get their command. But at this point, they should be about there.
But like guys like Church and Teodo have done what they needed to do in the first 2 weeks, which is create buzz, which is not eliminate themselves from conversation.
Right. And sometimes you have to remind yourself that you don't pick a team from the results in spring training, but you look at how they're thrown or how they're swinging the bat and go, that's exciting, because that they can help you at some point. And that's what really excites me, is to see the talent that some of these guys have, because you're going to need depth, and for the future, you realize we're in good hands with some of these guys.
And on one other thing on the bullpen, right? You've got all those veterans that you acquired, right up into camp. Do you have to have a guy in the bullpen that is optionable so that you can swap pieces out as needed?
It certainly would make life a lot easier. There's no getting around that, because you don't know what's going to happen during the season. Have to make a move and get a fresh arm, and it makes it a lot easier if you have that flexibility. And so, do you have to? No, but then you may have to get creative, and find a way to maybe get some help when you're in one of those situations that always comes up during the season. So that's why clubs do like to have that flexibility. But you don't want to get away from breaking with your best team too, and you worry about that when it comes up.
You've mentioned Hobie Milner a few times as the guy that could help. Like, just a few weeks in, what have you liked about what you've seen from him?
He's finding his way, but he's gonna be fine. Hobie gonna be a left-hander in our bullpen and help out in those pockets where it's going to best suit him. And he comes from a different angle, gives you a different look. He's a pro. He's had to perform under pressure, pitching in postseason and down the important games in September. So he's a experienced guy that will get better and better before opening day.
So you have the 6 guys. So is it fair to say you have 2 bullpen spots open?
Maybe 3.
Maybe 3.
Maybe, yeah. I don't think we're gonna stop from being competitive. Somebody may force the issue. So yeah.
And 12 guys competing for those 3 spots. 15 guys competing for those 3 spots.
About 40 at one time. No, but seriously, I think we all know the guys who won't be with this team. We've already sent some down, but there's going to be some hard decisions coming up here real soon.
Is it fair to say that 2 weeks into games, that 3 guys you just mentioned, Osuna on the position player side, Kyoto and Church on the pitcher side, that those are the young guys that have opened the most eyes here?
Oh, no question. Yeah. Leiter's been with us, so I don't know if you want to put him in there, but he's really thrown the ball well. But I think you have to look at, again, not looking at results as much as, although they're getting results, but how they're playing, how the hard contact, the stuff, the command that those young kids you mentioned are pitching with. Man, that's what you're hoping to see. And I had heard a lot about Osuna, from last year, and of course going to the fall league. He's been every bit of what I heard, and even more. I think even the players here have enjoyed watching him. So he'll be over playing against the Dodgers. Put him in a cleanup spot.
So you're not gonna see him today. So obviously he's out of sight, out of mind. I'm kidding.
Did Church? How close did he come to making the team last year?
I mean, he was in the mix. How close? We felt it was best for him to go down. Now he's a guy that we got, like Teodo, we got to take care of. Those guys haven't pitched a lot of innings, and so that's why we've given Teodo a few more days before he goes out there, before he pitches. And Church, you look at the workload that we're hoping to keep him at this year. So they are guys that we will keep a watchful eye on.
So Kyoto pitched yesterday. When you say a couple more days, when he's
Probably 3. He'll probably get 3 days off.
So he pitched Sunday.
Yeah.
And Church, same kind of schedule, or?
A couple of days.
When you say beyond the results, right? And we've all looked at the results, and we obviously, it's great now that Hawkeye is in the stadiums, and we can look at exit velos and pitch velos. What are the things that Church and Teodo have done for you that do, create an impression?
Attack the zone. A lot of young guys, they pitch away from contact, or they're showing the nerves out there by not being able to throw strikes. And both of them attack the zone. They're pitching with confidence. They think they belong out there. They think they can get the hitter out, and they have the stuff to do it. And sometimes you got to break that barrier, where that was never there for them this spring.
So if Toyota were to make the club, you would need to pitch more than every 4 days.
I'm gonna be pretty honest here. Teodo would be a long shot to make this club. You know, he's missed a lot of time, and like I said, we're not ruling anything out. I'm not saying he's not gonna make it, but you know, he's a little bit on the outside looking in. He's a guy that, you know, we definitely will keep in mind, you know, the rest of the spring, but also during the season, because, you know, he does have that stuff you're talking about that is a swing and miss. You saw it yesterday, and you know, whether he starts or relieves down there, I can't tell you that right now.
But, I mean, what we saw yesterday, if he could do that for 6 or 7 innings, I mean, holy crap. You've got a hell of a starter. You gotta let that play out, right?
Right. And then you look at the needs for the club, you know. It's obvious the guy gets up quicker as a reliever than a starter, so.
Well, as long as you're being honest, right? Would you categorize Church as a long shot?
Mark's in the mix, yeah. And not that, you know, Teodo's not, but I'm just saying at his age and where he's at in his career, again, we don't select a club at this time of the spring, but Church is a guy that has a little bit more experience, and so he's in the mix.
Well, I was just trying to get odds, because, you know, we got a casino here, and the
Yeah.
sports book is legal.
What kind of odds?
Hey, easy on that one, Pete.
Yeah. Okay.